Evening all, it's Monday night and it's time to go wild. Oh, we're back once again with another week to take you through to the next weekend with all the news, views and hockey information from across the Northwest here on Halton Community Radio. This is the Time to Go Wild radio show. HCR 92.3 FM, available online, www.hcr93fm.com, and also via the TuneIn app. We have our Facebook page, facebook.com/TTGW Radio. It's also the same when you tag it onto Twitter. We have email, radio@widneswild.co.uk. If you have questions for our guests, give us a quick shout, and we might even take the odd phone call if we get chance. 01928835291. Evening, Doug.
Good evening, how are you?
Exhausted after the last week.
It's a very busy weekend, wasn't it?
It was a busy weekend last weekend and this weekend just gone. I've only just... Well, I'm barely just up to date with catching up on last week's videos, never mind this weekend. So, yeah, we've got a...
There's some very exciting games, so I believe you got the results.
Yeah, well, I suppose we better get straight into it. Here we go. So, yeah, triple set of games this weekend for teams playing in and out of the Widnes Ice Rink at Silverblade Widnes. Saturday, the 5th of August, Halton Huskies took on the Newcastle Predators. Halton Huskies 1, Newcastle Predators 12. Sunday, the 6th of August, Wire Seagulls were taking on the Halton Huskies up in Blackburn. Wire Seagulls 9, Halton Huskies 4. And as a bonus treat on Sunday night, Sunday the 6th, we had some para ice hockey. Some people might refer to it as sledge ice hockey, but it's now commonly known as para ice hockey, when the Manchester Mayhem were taking on the Peterborough Phantoms. An absolute thriller. It went to overtime. Manchester Mayhem 3, Peterborough Phantoms 2. And that's the roundup of the results from this weekend. Don't forget, we're going to be having the games coming across the season, week in, week out. Plus, we're going to have some post-match interviews. And Doug, you managed to catch up with somebody post-match, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I got caught up with the captain of the Halton Huskies, Edward Ridding. It's Doug Brown on Time to Go Wild Radio. It's just after midnight. We've been watching the Halton Huskies play the Newcastle Predators. I'm talking to the captain of the Halton Huskies,
Edward Ridding.
Good evening, mate. How are you?
I'm good, a bit tired, a bit jaded. Midnight on a Saturday, just got off the ice. Hard game. Really good game though. Guys, we've as a team, we're probably like 8-9 months in now. Some beginners amongst the team, some experienced guys, but can't ask for more. The guys tried hard tonight. Okay, scoreline doesn't show it, but as a team, we're learning. Yeah,
I thought the second period, I thought you played really well.
Yeah, first period we weren't going to talk about.
No, I missed that one out.
We won't talk about that. But second period we started putting the fundamentals back together. I think we were a bit shell-shocked in the first period. The guys are fast, we played a few different teams, but I think in fairness, Newcastle, they're a fast team, and they came at us and moved the puck really quickly, and I think we got caught a bit flat-footed a few times.
For a team who only had 8 players, they did really well. Yeah,
we were kind of hoping that they'd start to tire the second and the third period, but in fairness, they slowed a little, but they kind of still kept it together. They let the puck do the work. So whilst they were short benched, for me, we're still a good team and they're still making the puck move.
So what did you take from that game?
I think we've got some stuff to work on. Obviously quite a lot based on the scoreline. I think it could have been a lot worse had it not been for our keeper, Jimmy. He played an absolute blinder. I think we need to start supporting our keeper a little bit more. We need to kind of keep watching the open space, keep watching guys kind of stepping into the high slot.
Yeah.
We've got some stuff to work on, so we're going to be busy in training for the next few months.
Okay, well, we will mention the score. I know you don't want to mention the score, but it was 12-1. So, as you say, it didn't really reflect the game because at periods I thought Halton played really well. So where are you playing next?
We're actually playing tomorrow night. We've got a face-off 6 o'clock up in Blackburn against the Wire Seagulls. It's the away leg for the home game. So yeah, no, we're looking forward to it. Getting up to Blackburn and kind of listening to what the coach and what Coach Josh has been saying to us tonight, and putting that into practice tomorrow in the game.
Okay, thanks very much, mate.
You're welcome. Have a good evening.
Take care.
So there you go. Edward Ridding there from the Halton Huskies. Yeah, I mean, the results for the Huskies, Doug, you'd say that they're going out and playing hockey and having fun, to be honest, and that's what matters at that level, isn't it?
Well, period 2 in the game on Saturday, they held their own.
They did, actually, yeah.
And it was... We were praying for a shutout for the goalie because he stood on his head. He
did. Played they all played really well. I mean, Newcastle, though they came with a short bench, they a
lot more experienced.
They were a lot more experienced. Well, in terms of experience, it's time to bring in our two guests who have both youth experience and a lot of talent between the pair of them, because they are both internationals in their own right. From the Widnes Wild Women, we have Leen.
Hi there.
And Sophie Sinclair-Reeks. Hello.
Hi.
So, thanks for both of you for coming along this evening. So, what have you been up to in the closed season between things happening to build up for the new season for the women's team?
Well, we've just started our pre-season training again. We're doing some CrossFit over in Widnes to get us into shape. Indeed.
Punishment.
Very, very painful at times. But we're hoping to be in excellent shape for the start of the season.
Yeah. Well, Sophie, how's it been for you over the closed season?
Yeah, I think it's been good. I've been doing the CrossFit. It's been an interesting experience, and then some general kind of off-ice fitness, just getting everything ready and looking forward to next season, really.
Well, Doug can help out on this one. A bit of the history of the Widnes Wild women's team. I mean, how did it all sort of come together, and how long's it been going?
Well, to be honest, it's been going longer than I played for them. I think I joined in the second year, so Doug, maybe you can help out.
I think you've been playing, is it 4 years now? Was it 5?
Yeah, I think we're going into our 5th season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you started out playing out of the Altrincham ice rink.
Mm-hmm.
And I was probably one of the first spectators that they really had. In the freezing cold, because no one put the heating on that time.
Oh.
But you've seen a fan. How do the fans help you when you come on the ice?
They're a great help, absolutely. We know they make it difficult for the other teams as well, which goes in our favour. It's great to go out there on the ice, seeing all those people there and knowing they're on your side. They really are helping us, and they have helped us for the last 3 seasons. It's been great.
I think particularly towards the end of last season, we started getting the Eclipse cheer squad down for our games that cheer on the men's squad, and that was just such a pick-me-up. As soon as you step out on the ice and you see them, just really boosts up the team, I think.
Yeah, well, you've got music. I mean, a lot of the we have it with the rec guys, we've had it for the women's team, we've got music, announcements. We're trying to make it more of an event for everybody, including the team.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel when you go to some rinks. Does it just feel a bit more like a scrimmage?
It really does. It's very quiet when we go and play at other rinks sometimes. I think it was very obvious in the Milton Keynes game we played last season.
I was going to say the same, yeah.
We ended up absolutely, completely stunning them, I think, because they were expecting a big win, and we went out there and did our thing. But it was so quiet from the stands that,
they were empty, weren't they? I don't think there was anyone there.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I think as you're all saying, it catches opposition teams on the hop when they come to Widnes, and next thing's like, hang on a minute, what's going on? We weren't prepared for any of this. So this. I mean, I've watched a bit of the women's game. The other year I was watching it on the Olympics, and I think that's a really good forum for it. And Leen, you play international, particularly in the senior levels. I mean, that must be a big boost for yourself.
Absolutely, it's great fun. I can't believe I'm still playing international. I had a bit of a retirement from international play, but last year the coach asked if I could join again to pass on some experience to the younger teammates, which I did, and it was great fun. But yeah, the crowds we get there, even though we're playing at the lower levels with Belgium, the crowds we get there are unbelievable. I think in Taiwan last year we played for a crowd. I think it was 2,000-3,000 people on the final game, which is absolutely amazing. So.
Yes.
Yeah, it does help.
And Sophie, you've started your international career, haven't you?
I have, yeah. We were playing in World Championships at Poland in January. It was absolutely incredible experience. Absolutely incredible. I was shocked to be picked to start with, but going out, it was just an incredible experience. Just the whole team mentality and the facilities that you get and the care you get is just so different. It's just unbelievable. Yeah, absolutely unbelievable.
It must give you such a buzz as well, playing alongside a lot of different players on your own team and having to play against different styles of play from a position. I mean, for both of you as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think probably one of the most interesting things I picked up is the different style of play from different countries. I don't know if you, when you were playing, like, every country plays in their very own specific way, and it's really interesting having to adapt to that from game to game. So, yeah.
Well, we are going to be going in for a little bit of music because we got plenty to get through. We need a quick breather because we've got a lot of pace to pick up on, and we have a little tune. One of you's picked it. Who's going to announce it, girls?
Leen?
Yeah,
no problem. I think this is Ike and Tina Turner with some Nutbush Sitting.
Well, you all know what that piece of music signifies now, those of you regular listeners. It's signing time. We've got a newbie. But he's not a newbie. He's an original. But he's coming back after a little bit of time out. And what I will say about him is, he's a defenceman, and there's times I've seen him playing, and whenever he gets over the blue line, he starts to get a wee bit of a weak head and faint. And if he gets in the crease, his nose should be bleeding. But when he gets a nice goal, he makes them count. I can say that much. So, Doug, who've we got?
Oh, we've got number 4, Danny Bracegirdle.
And we've got him on the phone. Evening, Dan.
Hi, evening. How you doing?
I'm fine. Thanks for joining us on the phone.
No problems.
So, are you looking forward to the coming season and rejoining the Widnes Wild?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Looking forward to seeing if I've still got what it takes, really. Oh. If I ever had what it took.
Oh, I think you have. I mean, there's some pretty goals in the past, and you always made an impact. So, what have you been doing while you've had a bit of a break from things?
Well, it's just been focusing on personal stuff, really. Just a bit of time out. Obviously, been down watching all the time as much as I can, following how the boys have been doing. And it just came to a point this year where I thought I wanted to give it another go again, get back down.
So you're going to be trying to push for your half a dozen goals again? I think, was it Mike Hughes had a little bit of a friendly thing going with you the other year, didn't he?
He had a friendly little wager with me, yeah. I wish he hadn't brought it up, really. I don't think I got to the half dozen, so he'll remind me of that now.
Oh, poor you. You're going to have to... as I said before, there was one game the other year I saw you going over the blue line, and I looked like, what on earth are you doing in the edge of the crease? And next thing, you popped a goal in.
Every now and again, I'll get up there, try and put one in the back of the net, but I like to think I'll try and stay on the other side of the blue line and do my best work down that end.
Well, we're just glad to have you back, and I know there's plenty of the Wild fans who'll be really looking forward to seeing you back in a Wild jersey. So, it's what counts, and we're just happy to have you back.
That's it. I'm massively happy to be back. It's a great place to play, great people to play in front of, isn't it? So.
Well, we know they're all looking forward to it. I mean, I kept bumping into you over the last couple of seasons or so in Altrincham when you were coming down to visit friends. So I used to keep teasing you, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Always trying to get me back down, ask me to come on the radio and stuff. So you got it eventually.
Well, the charms of coming back to Widnes have worked on you. That's what matters. Anyway, we're going to let you go, and we shall catch up with you when you're back in a Widnes Wild jersey at the coming season. So look after yourself and take care. Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you very much, Carl. See you later.
So, Danny Bracegirdle's back with the Wild for another season. I hope everyone's looking forward to that. But in the meantime, we've still got our guests with us. So, your season's starting soon. Looking forward to it?
Absolutely.
Really excited. Really excited.
Any particular fixtures you're looking forward to? Any different teams we might be playing this year?
Well, Swindon's coming down from the Elite League, so they'll be joining us in our league again. So it'll be interesting to see how much they've learned and how much they've picked up from playing in that league for a year. So I'm looking forward to playing against them.
So, any other challenges you can see ahead for the coming season? No, so must be some.
I don't think necessarily challenges. I think we're just looking forward to playing, as you say, Swindon again, seeing what they've learnt, seeing what different style they've picked up, and sort of playing new teams and just trying out our new players and our new styles and seeing what we can do.
Well, we've had a number of questions come in from people this week, which is really nice.
Have just been pushed in. We've got a couple from teammates. Actually, we'll start with Colin's one. Colin wants to know all about the karting trip.
We went go-karting for our teammate Sav's 18th birthday, which was it was an event to say the least. I think there were some that were definitely better drivers than others, myself being the lower end of that. But it was a really, really good team out. And then we went out for food and stuff afterwards. And it was.
So where did you go karting?
It
was in Warrington.
Oh, the Warrington one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's good. Right. Question from Amanda. Which one of your teammates would you least like to play against and why?
Leen, do you want to go first?
I'll pick a teammate from a team I used to play with. There was a goalie I used to play with on the national team who played in Germany and played there for years, and I think she must have been one of the absolute best goalies I've ever played with. So I don't think I'd like to play against her anytime soon. It was hard on training, so I can only imagine what game situations must have been like.
I'm going to go slightly more controversial, and I'm going to say Katie Hills, because in training she always constantly likes to remind me how tough she is, and I feel like in a game situation I think I would not like to play against that, even though I'm not sure she's that tough.
Yeah, we have seen the livelier side, we'll say, of Katie.
I think we have.
Yeah, but no, I mean, you all play hard. I mean, the one difference. I mean, have you ever played in a contact version of the game rather than the non-checking version that, of course, is primarily based with the women's game?
I did, and Sophie still is, I guess.
Yeah.
But I did it up until the grand old age of 19. I played in the boys' league back in Belgium, and it's different, very different. It's a very different kind of type of play you have to do. So,
very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
I think that brings us on to one of the other questions there, doesn't it?
Right. A question from Samantha for Sophie. How did it make you feel being made assistant captain for the coming season?
I was absolutely gobsmacked. I never ever expected it, and Widnes is one of the best teams I've ever played for, and to be voted in for that role, anyone who was there, I cried a little bit, not gonna lie, but
bless.
I was absolutely made up by it, absolutely made up. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to next season with it.
Right, we've got a really weird question here from Amanda. What's your favourite sandwich filling?
Come on, there must be some story behind this.
Well, it depends really what I'm fancying. I think it can range. I used to bring to training a good chicken mayonnaise with some cucumber, and then also some onion chutney on it. I was a personal favourite of mine. But at the moment, I'm feeling a good just tuna mayonnaise.
Professionalist there.
Go play.
What does Leen fancy?
I really think that question was aimed towards Sophie.
Okay, what's your favourite meal?
Oh God, it's hard to pick. There's so much good food out there. It would be really hard to pin one thing down. But coming from the country where I come from, obviously, you can't go wrong with some fries and mayonnaise, I think.
Well,
have we got time for one final question?
Yeah, come on.
Okay. Well, it's quite a long question from Paul from the Ice Hockey Review. He's asking Leen, having played at all levels of the women's game, how do you view the standards of the leagues, and does the current structure offer sufficient opportunity for teams to progress?
I think that's a very difficult question. I have indeed played at what is now called elite level. It wasn't called that back then. I think that the 3-league structure we have now gives teams a better sort of competition, because before that it was very uneven in certain competitions. You had the first 4 that would just run away with the whole thing, and didn't give the last 4 in the league much joy in playing, I believe. So I think the 3-league structure we have now does make for better competition. I do, however, think that there's still a very big gap between the elite league and our league. Because you will see it year after year, the team that goes up from our league will very much struggle. And I think that's something that we can address as a team ourselves, or that's something that the league can look to see what kind of rules can be put in place. For example, for players under the age of 21 who are allowed to sign for different teams, I think there's some opportunity there to make improvements.
Would you say it's anything with the fitness or speed or experience that makes that key difference between the Elite League and the Premier League?
I think it's probably a combination of all of those. There is the general fitness, which always makes a big impact, but it's also the experience that some of the younger players have, that they've gained through playing with a lot of through the boys' leagues, really. A lot of the girls in our league have never done that, and it does make a big difference.
Would you agree with that then, Sophie?
I'd completely and utterly agree with that. I'm playing Elite next season as well, and there is, I agree, a massive difference. I think a lot of that is in Elite. You have a lot of the national team players, and you have a lot of ex-national team players. So I think there's definitely a difference in terms of structure of gameplay. I think Elite is a lot more rigid is the wrong word, but kind of structured and play a lot more systems than necessarily systems, Premier. Yeah. And also I'd say I agree with Leen completely. Speed, I'd say Elite is a lot faster.
Yep.
Well, we should come back in a couple of minutes. Going to take a little break for a little music again. Quick breather. Sophie, this one was your choice.
It was Someday I'll Be Saturday Night by Bon Jovi.
It's that tune again, which means we're going to be announcing a player again, of course. This time, it's a little different for us, isn't it, Doug?
Yeah, it's the second new player of the night. He's never played for us before.
No. He's a newbie.
He's probably going to be the youngest member of the team.
Maybe. But what he lacks in age, he's going to definitely play with heart and guts.
He's played for one of our competitors for last season.
Yeah.
It's number 11, Matt Barlow.
And we have Matt on the phone. Good evening, Matt. Thank you for joining us.
All right, good evening.
So, you're joining the Wild from Bradford. How do you feel about this change in teams? Is it something you're really looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm very excited. It's a great opportunity.
So you've been down and met the guys already. So how is the feel around the team with you being around? What do you think of it all?
Yeah, I got introduced quite well. They all looked after me at training.
We'll all look after you at Widnes. I mean, you've been over to Widnes, of course, playing with Bradford. So this time you're going to be on the other side of the pad from some of your former teammates, probably. You looking forward to playing against a few of them?
Yeah, I'm quite excited to play against them.
So, any particular players on our squad that you're really looking forward to playing alongside?
Yeah, like, to be honest, I'm excited to play with them all. A great bunch of lads.
It's well, I mean, the league's a very interesting league now that things have changed over the summer, so it's going to be, everyone's going to be pushing for places, but no doubt you will be getting your regular slot. So we're going to be looking forward to seeing you on the ice, aren't we, Doug?
Yeah, we are. Of course, your own and loan shirts will be advertised, and we do encourage people to take up that on behalf of new players. What are you most looking forward to next year?
Just playing hockey itself, just being able to turn up every week and play for Widnes.
I know it's very tricky being on the radio with everybody, but it's just a whole new experience for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Bradford and a lot of other teams, they've got a very different feel for game night, and you've been on the other side of the ice pad and seen the game night we have at Widnes, and from your perspective, how did that make you feel as a visiting player at the time?
I'm trying. It's a hard question.
It's quite. I mean, is it getting feel a bit sort of intimidating when you're on the other side? As the visitor.
Yeah, it's quite intimidating. No, obviously, it's a bit more, let's say, professional.
I take it the noise gets you going anyway as a visiting player, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, you just want to turn up and try a bit harder, if you get what I mean.
Oh yeah, because you've got a point to prove against the fans, haven't you? When you're on the visiting side, and this year you'll have them cheering for you.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh, they will be. We know that. I mean, the Widnes fans really do get behind their team. Well, we'll not keep you much longer, so thanks for coming on, and we're looking forward to seeing you as the season progresses. So take care of yourself and don't let them wind you up too much at training. Okay?
All right.
Thanks.
You.
Thanks. Bye.
Right, see you soon. Bye.
So that was Matthew Barlow, who's joining us from the Bradford Bulldogs. So hopefully, he'll make a big impact this coming season. But we still have our studio guests with us for a wee while longer. So, what can we pick this time? We've had a question about teammates you wouldn't want to play against. Now, you guys all went karting, and this is a question, I think it was from Ollie, that was mentioned to some of the Wild players, and I thought it's actually a good one. If you were going to the Crystal Maze, who would you take on your team? It doesn't have to be the whole team. And out of some of the people that you might have with you, who wouldn't you put a crystal in to get out? And who would you really put a crystal in to get out of a lock-in? Come on.
You're trying to cause mayhem there, aren't you?
Oh yeah, of course. Come on.
So we've got to choose people to go in with us, and then who we'd sacrifice.
Who would you sacrifice, and who would you sacrifice a crystal for? I'm going to go with Katie. Nothing against you, Katie. We love you.
No, Katie, I'd keep in there. She'd fight her way out.
No door would keep her.
No, I think I'd keep Katie with me. I think I'm going to have to sacrifice Sammy. I've got to be honest with you.
Sammy.
I've got to sacrifice Sammy. I get her back for a little bit of the abuse she gives me.
Well, there you go, Sam. Sorry. Leen?
God, it is a tough question. You know what? I would probably keep Lucy on my side because she is got to be one of the fittest players we have on the team.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. So she's staying in, and I probably sacrifice myself really. So
that's very diplomatically.
You say no, don't sacrifice a crystal for me. Another one I suppose we have to make sure we get out is Steph.
Absolutely, she's saved our team on many occasions. But most recently at the Swindon tournament, I think the whole team can agree on that one.
Oh yeah, I think she definitely saved us in the skills competition, and I think Katie would also agree with that.
We've got one question that's coming from Lisa, and she says, can you explain what the differences are between the women's game and the men's game?
I think probably the biggest thing for me is, again, not just because it's checking and not checking, but I think physicality. Just even if it's not a hit, the men they'll get in there faster, and they'll kind of be a lot more physical with you, even when they're just on the general puck. And probably speed. I think women's is more systematic. I think women tend to make the passes a little bit faster and make the plays a little bit quicker, whereas men, I feel it's a lot more kind of skate as fast as you can and get in there to the puck first, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with Sophie there. I think in the women's game, you can see a lot more nicely set up plays than you do in the men's, because we have the time for it, because we don't have that checking element to our game. So, if you want to see some nicely set up plays, I think you're more likely to find that at the women's game than the men's.
I'll probably get pilloried for this, but I myself think that the women's game is more skillful.
I think
because you have to be
yeah,
to actually get round players. You can't push them out of the way.
No,
you have to pass it between teammates.
Indeed.
Yeah. I think it's
what would you say to spectators to encourage them to come along? Because we have got quite a good following already, and we'd like to build on that, because we've gone season on season. It's got more and more. So what would you say for spectators to come along?
I think women's hockey isn't what you think it is. It's not slow. It's not boring, which I think it can be quite an opinion of women's sport in general, whether it's right or wrong. I think just come and see for yourself, and come and see that you can have as much as a laugh as you can watching the men's.
I will agree with that. I mean, I'm going to give a quick plug out now, because if you are interested in looking at some of the women's footage, it is on YouTube. Just look at Widnes Wild Women on YouTube, and the footage from their games over the last season, definitely last season, maybe the season before as well. I've been videoing that many games over the last 2 years. I lose count, and they're there. So have a look and just see just how good the level is. I mean, things like that. I mean, it's helped you improve as a team, I hope.
Yeah, it has. Yes, absolutely.
I mean, based on that sort of thing, I've got to ask one of my other silly questions: goal celebrations or routines? Silly celebrations or silly routines? Who's got the silliest goal celebration or silliest routines out of either teammates you've got or teammates you've been against?
It's an easy one.
No one will ever beat Amanda Williams' celebration at Hull.
Oh, the bottled out bounce into the ball.
Yeah. Yes, no one will ever beat that celebration.
I made sure that went onto the highlight reel. She's going for it, and
no.
Oh. Sorry, Amanda, but
she admitted that one herself when she was on. She said, I bottled out because I didn't think I was going to hurt myself.
Yeah, she's had a fair few injuries, poor lamb, and she decided at the last minute, I'm going to get injured, and bottled. Yes. And of course Kenny was there laughing as well. Has there been any other silly ones, be it nationally or internationally, that you've seen that have made you think, yeah, that's good, or oh my goodness, what are they doing?
I always threaten a dab. I've never done it yet, but I think a dab is a favourite of silly celebrations. And there's been a couple of people that have fallen over post-goal, but apart from that, I don't think anyone's got a specific one.
No, I don't think they do. There's been a lot of practicing of goal celebrations in training, but none so far during games. So maybe this season.
We'll be looking forward to well, yeah.
To the games,
There you go, guys. Come down, watch it. There'll be goals, and hopefully the girls will try and do something silly as well to go along with it to entertain our crowd. Anyone got any either yourselves got any particular routines, or seen anyone that has a specific routine that they have to do? You know, it just, you've put your kit on a particular way and it's like, nope, I've got to start again.
Oh, absolutely. I think all hockey players do, don't they? For me, it's a very simple one. Left skate first, always.
So now for me, it's not necessarily kit. I have to have an espresso before each game. So much so I have a little mini travel kettle in my bag.
Oh, well, there we go.
Caffeine kick before the game.
So what is it? It's Costa Sophie then, is it, for the coffees?
Exactly. Is anyone wants a coffee, come to me with my travel kettle with my little milk pots.
I take it you have a particular flavour of coffee you like then?
Just whatever I can get from Tesco's.
That's what we like to hear. But are you one of the main caffeine addicts then on the team, or is it just the fact
I don't drink coffee normally? Just my little pre-game espresso.
You get that caffeine buzz.
Yeah.
Well, time is really rolling on. It's 7:45, so we're going to take a break for a little bit more music. Unfortunately, our guests are going to have to go early because they've got to go and touch themselves on cross-training, isn't it, guys?
Oh dear, yes.
Oh, so
Sadly.
So, without further ado, we'll let them sign off with one song. We'll be back after it just with a little bit more of a roundup. But what have we got as our final song?
That'd be Vampire Weekend, A-Punk.
Well, it's all go. We said we got 4 sign-ins. We've got about just under 15 minutes. Better get the first one out, because we haven't got him on the phone this evening, have we, Doug?
No, we haven't. We've got... we're going to introduce the Terrible Two. And
yes, the children are back, and the pair of them need a damn good haircut. Who's the first one of the children who's back?
The first one is the D-Man.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's grown since last year.
Yeah, I think his dad's had him in the rhubarb patch.
Yeah, it's TJ Tom Jackson.
Number 84. Welcome back, Tom. You need a haircut. But yeah, he's back. And
the other one
is the other half of the dynamic, terrible twosome.
It's his partner in crime, and he's a forward.
Yeah.
It's number 40, Tom Ratcliffe.
And we've got him on the phone. Hiya, Ratty.
Hey guys.
Welcome on the phone. Glad you're staying with the Wild for another season. Looking forward to everything.
Thank you, good to be back.
We're looking forward to having you back. So, yes, we've got. Is it the dynamic duo or the terrible trio when it's you, TJ and Kenny together?
Yeah, something like that.
Have you got any new dances for everybody this year?
Not yet. I don't think so.
Oh well, we hope we're going to see a couple of dances from all of you this year, because we're hoping for a lot more fun from you.
Yeah.
So, what sort of things are you looking forward to now coming up this year?
Well, it's just after the first practice on Thursday. It's just great to be back with the guys. Looking forward to definitely winning the league this season. That's probably the thing I'm looking forward to most.
What was
other than that?
So what was your memory of last season? What was the best thing from last season?
Best thing from last season was definitely lifting the trophy at playoffs. That was good in front of all the fans there. A big memory to have.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was.
I mean, I wasn't there, but
silverware.
yeah. Oh, I mean, you've got plenty of experience now under your belt, and you're a firm favourite with the Wild fans. So, any particular games you're going to be really looking forward to? Any teams that you're just really looking forward to that rivalry or playing spirit for the coming year?
I'm really looking forward to playing the Aces this season. They look like they've made a few good additions with the Eagles folding, and I've got a lot of friends there as well, so it's always good to play against them. And the rivalry is definitely there for that team.
And we've also got the D-Side 2 team this year.
Yeah,
so,
that'll be good.
And
Play D-Side again.
Well, we're looking forward to having you back. So we should let you go. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We know all the Wild fans out there are looking forward to having you back in a Wild shirt for the coming season. So thanks for coming on, and we'll see you as the season goes on.
Yeah,
Thanks so much,
looking forward to it.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
it's time for the What's On Guide and all the information for what you've got coming up from the offering of the RTL Widnes Wild. Don't forget, on the website we have our usual breakdown of things like Puckers Pals, our highlights and podcasts, and of course check out your season ticket and Wild Ones membership information all on widnesworld.co.uk. And of course, if you check out one of the most important ones of today, because we've had 4 new signings, the Fan Zone section. Your own and loan shirts going fast, and believe me, they are going fast. Game shirt £75, warm up £60. For those people who aren't too familiar with own and loan, it's a case of you pay your money towards that shirt. The player will wear it all season with pride, and at the end of the season you get that very much game worn shirt. And believe me, hockey fans, we love a game worn shirt, particularly when it's got a few battle scars, don't we, Doug?
Oh, they do, yes.
Oh yes. So what else is coming up between now and the start of the season when we get the fixtures?
Right, on Sunday the 20th we've got a para ice hockey game again, which is the Manchester Mayhem against Kingston Kestrels, facing off at 18:30. The following Sunday at 5:30, it's the pre-season friendly where the RTL Widnes Wild play the Bristol Pitbulls. There will be an interview with the Pitbulls next week. Check out available fixtures on other parts, because we haven't covered them all. But you can also check out silverblaze.co.uk for summer skate times. One thing, the event that's going to happen this week is on Thursday, the 10th of August at 8 p.m. It's a season ticket holders event where you can go and pick your seat for the following season. This is for people who've already got the season tickets. When they go, you can't go and buy one on the night, and there will be players attending that event as well, so you'll be able to see them do a bit of practicing.
Nice bit of a meet and greet for those people who've got their season passes sorted, which is nice.
And I believe there's a speed shot event going to be taking place on that night as well.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing Elvis's shots.
Yes. Then. What else have we got?
Final one thing is just the start of season date.
The start of season, yes. The actual official season starts on the 2nd of September. All the home games will be on Sundays, and there's a 5:30 face-off. So it's not much change from this year.
Yeah, get that diary sorted. So from basically Sunday the 3rd, we are going to be starting our games. So it's getting closer. It's only a matter of weeks now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I think we've announced the team now, haven't we?
Pretty much.
There might be one more.
We can't guarantee it, but for now, I think.
Not sure.
I think, as Porky Pig would say, that's all, folks, in terms of confirmed signings. But there's still plenty more to come. I think actually this weekend is the first weekend for a while I haven't got a game. I don't think there's a game this weekend.
That's not.
And
that's unusual.
I know. I mean, for those of you out there who've been keeping tabs on things over the last few weeks, it's been a busy old time with the rec guys, and I'm going to give a quick shout out to all the guys from the Widnes Wildcats, because due to unforeseen circumstances they're unable to complete the season. But those guys they were the original first team to be playing out of the Silver Blades Widnes rink, and they've played hard and played their games, and we wish them all the best for the future wherever they all end up. And it's been a pleasure to go and watch them, hasn't it?
It has.
And we've still got plenty of teams and games to be coming on over the coming weeks, so as well as having a nice treat. And I would highly recommend coming and seeing some para ice hockey.
Oh, I would too, yes. It's a fantastic event. Until you've seen them play, you can't imagine how people on sleds would actually do ice hockey, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, check out some of the videos that are online. If you go through the para ice hockey or sledge ice hockey website, they can have some fantastic things. They've got, we talk about violence in the game, but if you want to see some fighting, there's some international stuff out there where there's a bit of a coming together in the boards, and it's like, what on earth is happening? I mean, it's fantastic. I'm going to give a shout out to the guys from the Manchester Mayhem. Carl Nicholson, Graham Wilson, Dean Latham, I think it is, or I've got it wrong, sorry if I have, Dean, Ant Booth, Rob Allen, Liz Turner, Steve Miggle and Steve Bradley. particularly Graham Wilson, because apparently he hadn't scored a competitive goal in his sled career until last night, when he got 2, and one of them was the game winner.
Wasn't he involved in the assist as well?
He did. He got an assist on the second goal as well.
So
and
part to play in all 3 goals.
So there you go. And to be honest, once I completed the highlights, and his goal celebration when he got the winner in overtime was just brilliant. There was only a couple of people in the how many? 20 in the rink?
Yeah, probably 20.
And actually, I'm going to give a shout out to 2 old friends of mine. Of ours actually, originally from the old Manchester Storm, and I remember them from we got nicknamed Thunderstormies. It's Shell and Tambo, and particularly Tambo because he hadn't been well recently. He's been very, very under the weather, but he's looking a lot better. He's still on the mend, but it was really nice to see those 2 guys there last night, and congratulations for the up-and-coming event for the 2 of you, and we wish you all the best for the future.
We do, and he has promised to maybe phone in sometime.
Yeah.
And wind us off.
So yeah, Tambo, the gauntlet's been thrown out there. If you're listening and you want to take the number down, it's 01928 835 291. Unfortunately, the phone lines are closed for this evening, but I know you were going to come back and taunt us, aren't you? As he does.
There's one person we didn't mention from the Mayhem, was their coach.
Oh yes,
Pete Hagan.
Oh yeah, Pete. And we hope that all the Manchester Mayhem guys had a good time at Widnes on Sunday night, and we'll be back hopefully to see them on the 20th. And I would highly recommend coming down and seeing it. Do wrap up warm, but it's a very, very different experience, and the skill of some of these guys, it's phenomenal.
Awesome.
I mean, our club chairman Matt Lloyd for the RTL Widnes Wild's an ex-international sled keeper.
Yeah. You can see where some of the aggression comes from.
And so, it is a fantastic sport to watch, and there's footage out there. I mean, a few years ago now, when the Vancouver Olympics were on, they did a big feature over in Hull, where I was at the time, and the BBC did some features for Sports Round, actually, when they did their sports version of News Round. And they had a feature with some of the guys from Grimsby, some of the stuff that went on in Hull, and it was a really, really good feature. And it also featured on some stuff also featured on BBC Breakfast, if I remember. And it was a really big thing to talk about, sledge hockey, and as it was referred to back then.
Well, the interesting thing with sledge hockey is it's all inclusive.
Yes,
you can be able-bodied and play it, as well as disabled and play it. It's just that you have your feet strapped to the sleds, and it's very, very a sport which makes everyone even.
It does. It is very much I mean, some of these guys who play on the sleds, their shoulders are just huge. I mean, it's all in the upper arm. Well, a lot of it's in the upper arms. They have the short sticks with the little picks on the end, and they're pushing along on the ice. And the speed some of them get up to is amazing, and the agility.
Well, there's one doing donuts last night, wasn't there?
Yeah. And they're trying to get the puck off him. And listeners, if you can picture it, a guy on this little sled, he's got his little stick, and I'm not belittling the equipment here, it's because they only have to be little, but his stick with the puck, holding it against sort of between his sled and the stick, and with the other arm, he's managing to push himself round and round in circles as the other guy's trying to get the puck off him, and he just couldn't get near. It was amazing. I mean, there's 2 different types of sled, those you've seen them. Some have 2 blades on the back, but the really good guys, they just have this single blade on the back. It's like, how do you stay upright and they're whizzing around?
Like sitting on a tea tray, isn't it?
Well, yeah, a tea tray with a knife blade underneath you. Yes. So I would highly, highly recommend coming and seeing some para ice hockey. I mean, if you want a bit of a taster, there's certain stuff going on. Really, I would recommend coming down. I mean, the guys gave their all, and it was a really dramatic game. I mean, the first period was fairly
even.
And the second period, I mean, Manchester had a very short bench compared to Peterborough.
2 extra players, didn't they? And in fact, Peterborough had 4 or 5.
Yeah. But sadly, I just looked at the clock and we're coming to the end of another show for another week. Crikey! I hope you've all enjoyed it. Have you?
Yeah, we did, and we managed to pack everything in, which is amazing.
It's been an action-packed one tonight. Well, As for tonight, I'd like to thank our guests who unfortunately had to go early, but they've been brilliant from the Widnes Small Women's team, and we look forward to being in touch with them again throughout the coming season ahead, and all the best for them.
And we would recommend anyone who hasn't seen women's ice hockey to come and watch, because it's following now and it's different.
It is. In the meantime, that's all for tonight. So, Doug,
good night to everyone. Take care. And
I'll be back tomorrow night from 10 with my little bit of musical madness with the Box of Delights. This is Time to Go Wild Radio on Halton Community Radio 92.3 FM. I'm Cole. That was Doug.
Good night.
Ta-ra.